There's a strange paradox in the world of money. Most people spend their entire lives trying to look rich, and in the process, they ensure they will never actually be rich. Wealth is what you don't see. It's the money not spent, the cars not bought, and the designer clothes left on the rack. While the middle class and the poor are caught in a cycle of conspicuous consumption, the truly wealthy are playing a different game entirely. They understand that every dollar spent on a useless status symbol is a dollar that could have been put to work to buy their freedom. Today, we're diving into the money logic of the elite. We're revealing the 5 specific things that keep the poor trapped in a cycle of scarcity, while the rich avoid them like the plague. If you want to change your financial future, you must first change what you trade your money for. The biggest wealth killer in the modern world is the new car smell. For the average person, a promotion or a raise immediately leads to a trip to the car dealership. They see a car as a reflection of their success, but the rich see a car for what it truly is, a depreciating metal box that loses 10% of its value the moment it leaves the lot. While the middle class and the poor are taking out high-interest 7-year loans to drive the latest BMW or Tesla, the wealthy often buy reliable used vehicles or keep their cars for a decade. Why? Because they understand opportunity cost. That $800 monthly car payment, if invested in the S&P 500 over 30 years, would turn into nearly $1.5 million. The rich would rather have $1.5 million in the bank than a leather seat that smells like a loan. Have you ever noticed that the cheaper the brand, the bigger the logo? There's a phenomenon called quiet luxury. The truly wealthy don't want to be walking billboards for multi-billion-dollar corporations. When you see someone covered from head to toe in flashy logos, you aren't looking at wealth, you're looking at someone paying a premium to appear wealthy. The rich buy for quality, not for the name. They will pay for a well-made, unbranded suit that lasts 20 years, but they won't pay $600 for a cotton t-shirt just because it has a specific horse or eagle on the chest. They know that trying to impress people who don't even like you is a losing financial strategy. True wealth is silent. Insecurity is loud. Statistically speaking, the lottery is a tax on people who are bad at math. Studies consistently show that households with lower incomes spend a significantly higher percentage of their earnings on lottery tickets and gambling. Why? Because they're looking for a magic bullet, a one-time event that will rescue them from their financial reality. The rich don't play the lottery because they understand probability versus possibility. Instead of betting on a 1 in 300 million chance of winning, they bet on the stock market, real estate, or their own businesses. They don't want a chance to get rich. They want a system to get rich. They would rather own the casino than be the person playing the slot machines. The rich use debt as a tool. The poor use debt as a trap. The average person uses credit cards to buy things they can't afford, clothes, dinners, vacations, and then pays 20 to 25% interest for the privilege. This is financial suicide. When you carry a balance, you aren't just buying a product, you're buying a product at a 25% premium every single year. The wealthy avoid bad debt at all costs. If they can't pay for a consumer item in cash, they don't buy it. However, they will use good debt, like a mortgage or a business loan, to buy assets that generate income. They use other people's money to get richer, while the poor use the bank's money to get poorer. There's a famous economic theory called the Weems Boots theory. It states that it's actually more expensive to be poor than to be rich. A poor person might buy a $20 pair of shoes that lasts 6 months. Over 10 years, they spend $400 on shoes and still have wet feet. A rich person buys a $150 pair of high-quality boots that last 10 years. The rich buy for value, not for price. They will pay more upfront for something that lasts, whereas the poor are often forced or choose to buy the cheapest version possible, which ends up costing more in the long run through constant replacements. This applies to tools, furniture, and even food. Buying in bulk and buying quality is a wealth-building habit.
Building wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep and how you spend it. The bridge between poverty and wealth is built with discipline. If you want to escape the cycle, stop buying things to impress people you don't like. Stop trading your future freedom for temporary dopamine hits. Start thinking like an owner, not a consumer. At Money Logic, we believe that financial awareness is the first step towards freedom. If you're ready to stop the conspicuous consumption and start building a real legacy, join our community. Subscribe to think clearly about your money and grow your wealth step by step. I'll see you in the next video.